and we're just going to chat about whatever you guys want to chat about today. Yeah, so what's going on out there in the world? We're going to try and find out. So we got kind of a little bit of a fog, or at least it appears to be on the screen. Actually, it's a little bit clearer, but yeah, we've got a lot of humidity in the air here. It's about 66 degrees Fahrenheit here in Olney in beautiful southeastern Illinois. So, in case you want to see a picture of my ugly mug, let's see what we got here. Do that, and you can see what I look like. So there you go. Hopefully, the audio portion of the program is fixed, and you'll be able to hear me. And of course, this is an audience participation thing where you have to enter your information into the chat box, and then I can see it and read it, and we can converse that way, which is quite interesting sometimes. So, and for those of you who are going to be viewing this later, you know, you might end up spending just a lot of time listening to the birds. So, good morning. How are you this morning? Or should I say good day, because I don't know where in the world you are. Would you like to join the chat? I'm going to take a sip of coffee here real quick. Hopefully you're having a good morning. It's nice that you've joined me. I appreciate that. So, just waiting for some information to come up over the chat window. Doesn't seem to be any yet. Well, we've got 4 more people that have joined, or actually 3 more people that have joined us. Good morning to you all from Southern Illinois. Can you type into the chat window and let us know where you're from and maybe a little bit about yourselves? This program isn't about me, it's about all of you. Welcome aboard. How are you folks doing this morning? And Matthew Rumble says, hi from California. I like making videos and editing. Well, good morning, Matt. Boy, you are up early. Yeah, it's, what, about 1 o'clock in the morning where you are? Two a.m. Yep. Oh my gosh. So how long have you been making videos and editing, Matthew? Okay, looks like I have to end this video. It looks like there's some sort of an alert. There's some sort of a violation. So I need to end this live in order to function within the YouTube rules. So I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm really, it's really unfortunate. Oh, Matthew says that's a scam bot? Okay. Well, let me do something here. I don't know if I can do this without knocking myself down. It says alert notifications, violation detected, end live to avoid suspension. I don't know if I can press on that and see if I can maybe, let's see here, author, channel activity, Add as moderator. Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, it does look kind of odd. That is pretty clever, though, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And looks like Chris Bell is here. Matthew says he's been making videos and such, and does travel content and other stuff for social media. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll take a gamble at it. Yeah, we'll take a gamble and we'll just keep rolling with it and see what happens. And to whoever went ahead and put the like up there, we thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. So tell me about your travels, Matthew. Can you tell us a little bit about where all you've traveled to? Yeah. And hello, Mario. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have a friend of mine that just recently traveled to Japan. He's looking forward to traveling there again. I've never been. It'd be interesting to go. How can I put it, though? I'm getting to be an old man and kind of set in my ways. And, I want to be really respectful of the culture. And, that is one of those things that I didn't, how can I put it? Sometimes the best way to respect certain cultures is just simply to stay away. It's not because I fear them or because there's anything wrong. It's just that my character is so loud and pronounced. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Michael. How are you this morning? Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Matthew and I were just talking about Japan and different cultures. Yeah, about the only places I've been outside of the United States, of course, have been Canada. That was many years ago. I haven't been to Canada in many years, and I miss it. I really miss Canada. Yeah. Well, thank you, Michael. It's good to know that you are doing well, and so far, so good. We haven't cratered it yet. Yeah. Yeah. And thanks for the like. We really appreciate all the likes we can get here. Yeah. And those wouldn't be possible without all of you in the chat, Without all of you in the chat, and I'm just some crazy old guy just talking into a screen. You guys really help make my day. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's a great. Thank you for the compliment, Michael. Your grandfather must have been an amazing and kind man. Probably far more amazing and far more kind than I am. But I'll try to improve myself and get up closer to your standards. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around so you can see the front of my mobile home for something different. You don't have to stare at my ugly mug for a few minutes. So can you tell me more about your grandpa, Michael? Oh, well, he passed away in 2017. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm sure he had a great and wonderful smile too. Yeah. Yeah, I miss my grandparents. I only knew 2 of my 4. But that was a long, long time ago. Yeah. So what kind of happy memories of your grandpa do you have? Well, yeah, sounds like a real character. Michael writes, he was a veteran and he would always cheat in Wii bowling. in Wii bowling, and he was the rock of our family. And he was the one that held us all together. Oh my gosh, what a character he must have been. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 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 Oh my gosh. But you have happy memory. That's the thing. That's the most incredible thing. And well, how can I put it? There are people, Michael asks, he says, "Can I call you grandpa?" There have been other people I've known who have asked if they could call me grandpa. Yeah, I suppose you could, but the thing is that you have to remember, all right, that I may remind you of your grandpa, but I can't hold a candle to the man. That's just all there is to it. I'm not even close to a reasonable facsimile. You know, uh, uh, recently I was running around with a friend of mine who I'd been acquainted with for several years, and we decided to call each other kind of a brother and sister type of a thing. And how can I put it? The dynamic just went sideways. I mean, we were both older. We're both in our 60s. I'm 63. She was 65. She was a widow. But things got kind of tense, and it just went sideways. Oh my gosh. And Michael says, "I know, but you are like a spinning image of what he was to me." Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Thank you. And Mario says that his grandpa, or their grandpa, died in 2024, and that they miss him too. Yeah, yeah. Well, I miss all my family. I'm getting to be the last of the Mohicans in my bunch. But we carry on. We go forward. We carry the happy memories. We make the choice to carry on the best of the people we've been exposed to in our lives, and that's our choice. And it's hard, so very hard when you're young, and it's so weird because that's one of the things that in our aging actually gets easier, is to carry the best of people. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. Well, I try to be kind. I'm not perfect. There are moments that I have that I kind of fail. We all do. But as long as we keep trying, and as long as we're not afraid to say that we've made a mistake and that we're sorry, that we apologize, that we want to make things better and make things right. As long as we're willing to humble ourselves after we've made a mistake, that goes a long way towards demonstrating kindness. Being aware of kind of a situational awareness, where you look around and you see people that may not have as much as we have. And there's another one of those alert notification things. Alert must end live before channel gets deleted. Yeah, there it sounds like they're reaching now. Yeah, I might be deleted from their channel, but that's that. Yeah. And Mario says, and Michael says, he's playing football for our first game this season. Is my birthday on August 15th. Wow. Yeah. So are you in practice right now, Michael? Yeah. Yeah. What time do you have to get up and go to practice? I mean, I don't know what part of California you're in, but the last time I looked, it's been hot out there. $7:30. Yeah. Yeah. I think I heard around here, they've actually got the kids reporting for practice at 5:30 in the morning. When it gets warm around here, it's not like California. It's humid. Yeah. Oh, you're in Texas. Okay, I'm confusing you with someone else we had. Yeah. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me scan back here. Yeah, it was Matthew. I think it was Matthew Rumble, who was from California. I'm sorry about that, Michael. Yeah. Yeah, so you probably have an idea of what it's like with the humidity. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your how can I put it? Appreciate your patience very much with my ineptitude at this sometimes. Sometimes the live chat can be something that comes at you pretty quick, and you can't keep track of everything. I'm one of those old tactile guys, So where in Texas are you, Michael? If it's all right for you to say, just general area. Or actually just Texas. Well, see, the thing is about Texas, it's huge. In Trinidad, Texas, we're a 6-man, 6 football team. Okay. Let's see here. Trinidad, Texas. Okay. See, that's the thing, like I said, that's the thing about Texas. It's big. There's a lot of Texas I haven't been to. How can I put it? Amarillo, Fort Worth, yeah. Kind of East Texas on what used to be the Cotton Belt Railroad. The going up in towards Arkansas. That I know pretty well. But the vast majority of Texas, I've never seen. I mean, Texas is really an incredible state. I actually lived in Fort Worth I always say this. I lived in Fort Worth for a year, 1 month. It wasn't because I didn't like Fort Worth. It was just the situation that I was in Fort Worth for. Yeah, it kind of went sideways, and I ended up having to leave. But it wasn't because of Texans or anybody. It was just the situation I was in. I was living with a woman. We were engaged to be married, and then she called off the engagement. And yeah. And Michael says, hey, if I'm ever in Trinidad, come by our games. It's every Friday. Boy, that sounds like fun. I sure hope I can make that sometime. That would be fun if I could arrange that. Or if we could arrange that, I guess. I think that's something that reminds me of the movie. What was it? Friday Night Lights. Actually, I've never seen the movie even. But yeah, I'd love to come see a football game. Okay, Michael is number 8 for his home games and number 7 for the away games. Huh. I just figured you had just one number that you wore for both home and away. I didn't know you could change numbers like that. I mean, I keep thinking if I was a sportscaster, that would be very, very difficult to keep track of. You know, a sportscaster needs to know the names of the people on the team when they're calling the game, and to go back and forth from 7 to 8, boy, that would be difficult to keep track of. You know, you know, but yeah, you know, how can I put it? It might be part of that, you know. And Michael says, yeah, it's confusing, but it's how 6-man football goes, I think. Well, you know, it could also work towards something like this. It could be also so that you focus more on teamwork. You know, if a broadcaster or a sportscaster, you know, doesn't identify the individuals on the team, but identifies the team itself as a group as it moves back and forth across the field. This shows the importance of team effort and of giving up a bit of your identity towards the group effort of the team. There's a balance to be struck in this. Of course, everybody on the team knows who you are. Your family knows who you are. But yeah. And Michael wants to know if he can tell me a joke. Of course you can. I'm always looking for good material to steal, Michael. Yep. So what do you got? Michael asks, why couldn't the bike stand up for itself? Okay. Why couldn't the bike stand up for itself? Okay. How long do I have to figure this out, Michael? Because it was too tired. Oh, God. Now, I wish there was a way that I could give points back. Yes. Oh, my gosh. And we have someone aboard from Mongolia. And they say to keep up the good spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, you just never know who's going to pop up on these live sessions. Yeah. Because it was too tired, Michael said with that bike joke. That is just... Yeah. And hi, Mario. Yeah. And, okay, Michael has another one going. Knock, knock, he says. Who's there? The door. The door who? Actually, the Doors and the Who were two great rock groups. Okay. The door. Okay. Okay. Someone knocked on the door. That's who. Someone knocked on the door. That's who. Yep. Yeah. Well, I guess they're who. They're who. So let me ask you one. All right. There are 10 horses standing in a field. I don't know. Well, actually, Michael wants to know if I got the joke or not. Actually, it kind of went over me. That one did. I just don't quite get it. And that's the thing. A lot of times, a joke, or a gag as it's sometimes called, you actually have to hear it. And you have to hear the inflection in people's voices in order to get it. When you read it, you might not get it. Yeah. So, yeah, I admit that one's all over me, Mike. That one's all over me. Yeah. but Mario got it. And looks like somebody who has a name that looks like a keyboard says, "Oh, we're living in a different time zone. It's mesmerizing to think that we're living on the same planet, but different time. It's 5:04 p.m. here. What time is it there, buddy?" Well, right now it is about 4:04 a.m. So I'm almost on the entirely different other side of the planet from where you are. So, and Michael says here, someone knocked on the door. So that's when the door said someone is knocking on the door. That's who. Okay. Yeah. And Benjamin is in Australia. Welcome aboard, Benjamin. Australia or Austria? There's a big difference. And the one fellow says, greetings from the Philippines. Well, thank you. Greetings back. And Benjamin's from Australia. And we have another fellow coming on from America. And Benjamin has snakes. Yes, there are snakes in Australia. Yes, we have snakes here. No, Michael, it wasn't a bad joke. It's just I didn't get it. I'm sure it's a great joke. It's just one that I don't quite get, you know. Yeah. And somebody asked, do I live in Australia? No, actually, I live in the United States and live in southeastern Illinois. At least I hope he's asking me that. He may be asking that of you who are also on the chat. And Mike says he has one more joke. All right. I guess we could try that. And I bet you've got more than one more joke. Yeah. And Benjamin wants to know what it's like living in America. And we have the other fellow here, or other individual here. Well, hello from Oklahoma. Thank you. And hello back from Illinois and from everywhere else. And Mike wants to know, what did the cop say to the ice cube? Okay. I don't know. What did the cop say to the ice cube? Freeze. Oh, God. Okay, that one I got. That one I got. Yep. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I get it. Oh, shucks. Yeah, it's kind of interesting here in America. Kind of interesting. But as long as we keep smiling and hang on to our sense of humor, everything's going to be fine. Yep. Oh, okay. Excuse me a moment here. Well, Michael's going to turn in for the night. We love you too, Mike. You take care of yourself, all right? And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Yeah. Yeah. And Benjamin says, living in the U.S. is wild, but we have lots of food. Yeah, we are pretty blessed there. Yeah, for the most part. Well, thank you for the best wishes there, Mike. Actually, this is the beginning of my day. But I look forward to getting a good night's rest tonight. Thank you. Yes, Benjamin. Benjamin says, sort of crazy to think that two people from the other sides of the world can connect. Technology, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But this has been going on for over 100 years. And you have to remember, back in the day, there was telegraphy. and wireless, and aboard ship, you could key a wireless, and it would literally be heard around the world on other wireless systems. Yeah, and we have one individual asking, "Is Illinois a good state to live in?" Well, it's just like every other state. It has its ups and its downs. There's advantages and disadvantages. Like so many things, life is what you make it, and no matter where you go, there you are. So, a lot about whether where you are is a good place is what you can bring to it and contribute to it. Yeah, I try to contribute the best I can to the state and to my region. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not, and sometimes I'm misunderstood, and other times people will understand. It's just however the moment goes. And now you've asked, do you guys get lots of rain? Well, it's very interesting. In the region where I am, yes, we've gotten plenty of rain, but to the north of us, about 100 miles, they're kind of in a drought. Yeah. And XU1 says, "Good day from the bush in northern New South Wales, Australia. We could have gone without Lord Haha in the day with the wireless." Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of who Lord Haha was. I used to know the history. It's kind of, because I haven't refreshed it in a while. I forgot about it. But yeah, Lord Haha. Yeah. And of course, there was Tokyo Rose, and there was I'm trying to remember who others broadcast. Now, mind you, they broadcast over radio as opposed to the wireless telegraphy. But yeah, it is pretty interesting thing about. And no need to say sorry, old Aussie. Hey, I'm an old American, and I know plenty of older Americans than I am too. It's good to reflect and to remember. I mean, that's a good thing. That's why we try to make it up to McDonald's every morning and have coffees to keep remembering what we're here for. Yeah. So no worries there, mate. No worries. Yeah. Yeah. XU1 says better days then, my Fred. Well, yeah, you might think so. But how can I put it? Every day can be a better day if you make the choice. And Benjamin asks, "What's your dream car?" And here's the funny thing. My dream car is whatever anybody shows up to give me a ride in. And I'll tell you why. A few months ago, I actually surrendered my driver's license. I have a hereditary medical condition, and simply put, because I'm now at a greater risk of stroke and heart attack, I went ahead and surrendered my driver's license. So now I'm really, really kind of dependent on public transportation and my friends who come by from time to time and give me a lift somewhere. So what's my dream car? Well, it's somebody else's. Yeah, and thank God for that. Yeah. But yeah, I've admired. Oh no, Benjamin, you're not offensive. You're not offensive or anything. It's just a curious question. It's a good question. It is. Now, back in the day, and to a degree, something I've always wanted to drive when I was driving was a a Willys Jeep pickup truck, the older ones with the flat fenders, probably long and about a 48 or a 46 with the split windows. Yeah. Yeah. And there was a time I was into cars and stuff too. Yeah, the closest I ever came to owning that Jeep truck is that I had a 48 Willys. Yeah. And XU1 says the Jetsons car. I've been waiting since Armstrong walked on the moon. I was certain that day I would. Yeah. Yeah. Well, how can I put it? You never know. You never know. Whoops, I touched that and changed the camera a little bit. And sorry about that. And Benjamin says, wow, that's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, the Jetsons car, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Benjamin says, wow, that's a long time. I wasn't even born. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, that's one of the things I've noticed about when I get older. Every once in a while, somebody will point out something to me, and I kind of look at them, and it was an event or something that I lived through, and that they might have a point of view that I don't quite understand. And I'll tell them, hey, you know what? I've got socks that are older than you are, you know? But, yeah, it's really strange when you think about, our ages and things that we take for granted that history we live through. And so many people haven't. Yeah. And XU1 says, I don't want an Elon one, though. Yeah, I don't really think so either, but yeah. And Benjamin asks, do you have any good stories for us? Well, I don't know. Outside of just me chatting in the moment, really, you are the story this morning, all of you out there. And why should we mess that up? I'm just happy to have you guys aboard. I like living in the moment when we're on live and doing a chat. And I'm actually trying, I had accidentally brightened this thing. Yeah. And XU1 says, yes, dinosaurs were cool. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, XU1, you remember when water was really the in thing, and then somebody came up with real estate, and it all went downhill from there? Oh, actually, we're looking at the front of my mobile home, and I'm trying to, there it goes. There we go. I was trying to darken the image. I had done something and accidentally brightened the image. Now you can see it a little bit more clearly. Yeah. Now, if you want me to really frighten you, I could go ahead and flip the camera like this, and you can see what I look like. This is scary, kids. So there I am. Yeah. The thing is, though, that in order to really do this right, and to look in the camera is at the top of the wireless device that I hold. So in order to do the best presentation, you have to look into the lens of the camera. Otherwise, if I focus on your chats, those are down at the bottom of the screen, and I'm like this to read. So it's a lot of back and forth and everything, and that's one of the reasons why I usually focus on something else when I do the chat. I've actually done chats with black screen. It's almost like radio, which is a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing back around, and there we are. Yeah. Oh, and he says, XU1 says, cool, I thought it was a stakeout. Yeah. There are people, how can I put it? There are people, and they know a little bit about me. And yeah. How can I put it? Sometimes it kind of is a stakeout. Yeah. People know that I'm up at all hours, and they just never know. I had, yeah, so it kind of keeps everybody in line. So, but I don't mean to intimidate anybody. For years, I was a park security officer for the city of Bloomington, Illinois, and I had also done security work for various firms over the years. And so I used to wear a badge. And XU1 wants to know where the rest of you are from. And so those of you on the chat, go ahead and check in so XU1 can find out where you are. And XU1 is, well, actually, Benjamin chimed in that he's from Australia and that they have snakes. Which is quite comical. And XU1 says, thank you for your service, sir. And yeah, and he asks, probably to Benjamin, you sure you're from Oz? Yes. But yeah, I appreciate the thanks, and I will pass that on. You know, it's a long story about my service, but I will pass it on to others. So thank you very, very much, XU1. God bless you for that. Yeah. And John Raker says, this is a trailer park, boys. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep, it is. Very interesting thing. Yes, we're all good. We're all good, XU1. Oh, heck. Yep. Oh. Well, listen, fellas, I'm going to do something here for a second, all right? My hand is starting to get a cramp from holding my wireless, and I'm going to have to put the wireless down. So here's the deal, all right? You guys hang on and self-moderate and talk amongst yourselves for a while. This is your big opportunity. And I'm going to go ahead and put an image up on the screen, just so that there's something on there. But you guys can carry on between each other for a while. And then as soon as I get the cramp out of my hand, I'll come back and we can chat some more. I'm sure we can do that, right? So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do that. First thing you got to do is look at me for a minute. That's the way it works best. Unless I get lucky and I can do this. And, oh no, it's a green screen. No, nothing's wrong yet. We're going to we're going to fix that. Just a moment. And here's a nice pretty picture of a sunset. This is what I usually use for green screen while I step away for a moment. So there you go. You guys can all, yeah, looks like you guys are, oh, it's SpongeBob and Bob. Yay! It's good to see you. You got here just in time for me to go on a break. So hang on. I'm going to be right back in a few minutes. In the meantime, meet everybody else in the chat. And you guys get to know each other a little bit. All right? We'll be back soon. Okay, everybody. I'm back. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on the conversation while you guys keep chatting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Just catching up and seeing where everybody is. Yeah. Oh, just catching up. I wish you all could see this, who tune into this later. This is a lot of fun using the YouTube live function. A lot of conversation going on here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Benjamin, who's the legend? And Sponge Boy Mabob says, what did the mozzarella say to the cheddar after accidentally hurting them? My apologies. Oh, sorry. That was too cheesy. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great. Now, did you hear about the the two fish, and they were swimming around the tank, and then the one says to the other, I sure hope you know how to drive this thing. Oh wait, I might have just cratered that. I'll have to go get the bag of corn curls that joke was on. Yeah, but yeah, it was, yeah, you had to be there. Yeah, I love cheese jokes. The cheesier a joke is, the more I like it. I hope you all do. And Benjamin says, you're the legend, of course. Oh my God, me being a legend? You need higher standards. You need to run around with more interesting people. Oh my gosh. And UX1 says, dad joke. And Sponge Boy Mabob says, he he he. Yeah. So keep going, boys. I know you got more jokes. Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, I'm having one of those moments that Lisa Tarbuck on BBC Radio 2 refers to as a brain frog. Yes, yes, definitely having a brain frog this morning. And here it is about 0430, which means Universal Time Coordinated. It is approximately 10:30 hours. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, what a fun time we're having. What a fun time. Yep. Yeah, it's 7:30 p.m. where XU1 is, and that, I believe, is over in Australia. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see Australia. You guys are just way too cool. Yep, and it's still Saturday here. Yeah, of course, this is the crazy thing. Before too awfully long, Australia will be tomorrow, and it's still going to be today here. That's weird to think about. Or we will be yesterday, and they're today. Just depending on your point of view. Yeah. And SpongeBob Mabob says, and I had put my glasses in, I take them off here. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10, feel the earth move, and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment. So overdue, I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Those are the beginning words to Adele's Skyfall. Am I correct? Yeah. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my gosh, what a voice she has. Yeah. And XU1 says, we're almost first to see the day. It's a great honor. Yes, yes, you are so blessed in that. So blessed in that. That's one of the reasons why I typically get up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in my region in the world. There's the old Latin saying, of course, carpe diem, or carpe diem, which is seize the day. And around here, the birds get up pretty early. In the summertime, it's usually anywhere between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. And, you know, that way I get up every morning and I beat up the birds. Of course, if I don't get up early enough, the birds beat me up. Yeah, and when you get up in the morning and the first thing that happens is the birds beat you up, hey, you've missed it all. So, yeah, it's great to beat up the birds. Not literally, of course, but figuratively. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, we've been going on here. Let's see here. XU1 says, we are the first to know we are still here. Yeah, but you have to wonder about America. Are we all there? Whoa. Yeah, sometimes I wonder about that. And Benjamin says, we have these awesome black cockatoos in our olive tree, which come to visit. They're an endangered species, so they are cool to see. Yep. Wow. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah. I've noticed that the last couple of mornings there have been about 4 blackbirds that have been coming around my house. And to many cultures, blackbirds are actually a sign of good luck. So I'm blessed to have those guys. They're fun. Yeah. I love to watch blackbirds because they start around and everything like they're all sorts of proud, and they look at things and they're so curious, you know. And but at the least sound, at the least, you know, one of them jumps at something and they all jump and fly away, and then one will come back and they'll look around again and the rest will come back, you know. So you have a scout, you know, it's checking out to make sure that everything is safe for them to come back around. Yeah. Well, listen, boys, we've been on here for almost an hour. I'm going to go ahead and flip the screen back around so you can see see me again. Of course, I got to take the green screen down, so get ready for the eye shock as we do this. You do that and flip it back around. Oh, there I am, and it looks like I'm behind the sunrise. But we'll go ahead and be done with the green screen here. Just a moment, like that. And ta-da, there I am. Sorry, hate to ruin everybody's cameras, you know, all your images and your imagination. And yeah. XU1 says, I have every bird invented singing every morning and evening. And SpongeBob Bob asks, why did James Bond bring a ladder to the bar? Because he heard the drinks were on the house. Oh my God. That is awful. That is awful. And I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, let me give a toast to you guys. Yeah, but I'm going to have to wrap this up. It was great this morning. Oh, and one more from SpongeBob Bob. Why doesn't Chuck Norris do push-ups? Because he pushes the earth down instead. Yeah. And XE1 says it's time to go. Love to all. Yes, and love to all you from across the Pacific and or the pond, depending on which way we depart for Australia. And you stay safe down there. And yeah, hope to see you guys all again soon. All of you. So I'm going to go ahead and shove off. You all have a great day and a great tomorrow. And until next time, as I always say, good luck, Godspeed, and we're going to see you around town.